Hey guys, it's JQ Crafty. Welcome to Product Focus Friday for July. This is going up a little late, but that's okay. So if you remembered last month, what we did is we picked American Crafts. My brain just like went blank for a second. American Crafts for our collection that we're gonna do, and we chose embellishments. So today we're gonna try and use up some sticker sheets. So what I did is I went through my sticker sheets to figure out which ones I had, right? And I kind of looked and I saw that this one went very well actually with the first kit I showed you guys. This American Crafts from 2010 called Campy Trails. And I have some cute photos of my son visiting the deer park with his dad, so I thought that would be kind of a fun layout. I'm also going to do one of my May I Scrap Lift Yous because I am behind on those, so I want to get some of them done. So I'm going to scrap lift this layout. This is Desiree Tail. I love her stuff. I follow her on Instagram, have been for a while, and I've always just been liking her stuff like crazy. Another thing we might do, I think... So I'm going to do that layout because I really liked this journaling spot. The wish you were here doesn't really apply, but it does because it was a day that I was not home. So it was a day they were out and about. So I thought it would be fun to put that as part of the column of things. And then we could use the stickers to build into it and create some fun things in that column was my thought. I even think I might use a pattern paper. Ooh, do I want to do the blue? Or do I want to save the blue? And I was going to do some gesso or something to make it stand out a little bit just in a column to, bring attention to it. And then we have all these lovely stickers that we can use. So, which will need extra glue because, they're not good. But I have a bunch of photos. I think I might have a bigger photo collage than she does. I haven't figured that out for sure. Yeah, I think I will. We'll see if I can cut that photo of my son and my husband down anymore too. But yeah, I will have 4 photos instead of 3. So we'll figure that out too. But that is what we're going to work with first. So yeah, let's get started. So I ripped off or perforated off or gently tore off, I should say, the branding strip. Sorry. Guess I could just say that one way and not 4 different ways. And so I really want to save some of that blue paper because I really like the blue. And my son's wearing some blue. So to kind of bring more attention to him. And blue and orange go really well together. They're contrasting. So... they go really, really well. So what I did is I trimmed that 12 by 12 down. I took 3 inches off of it because I know at least 4 inches is what I need for that column because that is what that journaling card or that pocket card that was in the kit is 4 inches wide. So I just took 3 inches off and so I'll have a 3-inch gap and then I'll just build my column over top of that and then I'll have at least a little strip of the blue. Now, my photos are definitely way bigger than her layout, Desiree's layout, and definitely way more of them. So it doesn't have the same balance to it or the same white space look. So it's more Jackie style, but using that column and then a row of photos basically as the jumping off point. So I'm just taking some gesso in my finger. I did put it on a little thick and just going over that and kind of feathering the edges. And that'll just bring a little bit more attention to that column because it is a pattern paper and not white cardstock. It just needs a little more pop, I think. Ironically, when I look at the end, it looks like I made the gesso kind of go in a wave pattern down, like a zigzag almost down the column. But I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want it to look like that. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm yawning for some reason. It is only 2:30 in the afternoon, Jacqueline. Ugh. Anyway. It very, very odd, but I did the gesso, cleaned up my space, trimming down my photos. I trimmed them down as much as I could without losing, and it basically spans almost the entire 12 inches of the width of the layout. I decided to back every single photo in a little bit of white. She did as well, and it also just kind of brought some attention to them. And then I'm going to put them all on a strip of green. So they will be all on this green strip of, it's technically part of the pattern paper, but it's the back side, so it's like a cardstock. And I really like the green. There's also some green in the jacket he's wearing, so it brings kind of attention to that. Yeah. And so I'm still waiting for the gesso to dry. Like I said, I put it on a little thick, so it took a little bit longer for it to dry. And here I'm just kind of trying out like what I have cut and what's going to work. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to need as much of this as I thought. Oh, sorry. And so I'm going to use one chunk of that blue. I did cut it into 2 different, or 3/4-inch chunks, but I'm only going to need to use one, because my photos are tall enough that it just spans. So I did the little torn areas as well, like she did, and I put it on brown cardstock that came in the kit, so that way it had something to sit on. And I like the way that brown kind of pops out, because there's a little bit of brown in the column. I do like the way it turned out, though. I'm fine that my photo like strip is not as short. So I've got that down, and I covered up the trees and the wood grain part at the bottom. I was okay with it. It didn't really matter to me. And put the blue chunk on the bottom. And now I'm just going to play with the sticker sheet and find a bunch of things. So the card says, "Wish you were here." My boys were out doing this without me. My husband works 12-hour shifts, so he doesn't work Monday through Friday. For example, he will work Monday, Tuesday, have Wednesday, Thursday off, and then work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, have Monday, Tuesday off, work Wednesday, Thursday, have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, if that makes sense. So every other week is the same pattern, essentially. It goes by a 2-week stretch. So to save on some daycare costs, we often would have him stay home. We didn't do it all the time because we would never get anything done, with my husband working every other weekend, and then I work 1 weekend a month. Our house is still a disaster. Who am I kidding? Even with my child now that he's almost 8. But we could never get anything done, especially this age and younger. It was so hard because he needed our full attention constantly. So he's a little bit older in these. He is, I believe, 3, and yeah, almost 4. And so a little bit more independent, and will play a little bit on his own. But so my husband we'd keep him in daycare, but then it was fun to have, because he missed out on a lot of weekend time with him, he would keep him home, and they would go do little adventures, or they would go do things just him. And it's so cute. So, that is what they did. It was a day. So I was getting all these pictures sent to my phone while I was at work, and they just went to, it's our local, it's actually where our boat launch is, and there's a park up there, and this family has some deer, they have an ostrich, they now have some goats, they always just have some animals, and we call it the deer park. We've always called it the park. I think it's just the Elysian Lake Park is what it is, but we've always called it the deer park because that's where the deer are, and that's what he's always called it since he was little. So they went and just had a day at the deer park, and there's a big playground up there, and so that's all I'm documenting. So I just used a bunch of the stickers, used the patch, kind of documenting that. And we are huge fans of fall, so it was like right when the weather was finally starting to get cool a little bit. So just good memory, and I have lots of types of these memories, but that's all I have for you. Here's some close-up. Thanks for watching, and make sure you check out everybody else who is playing along down below, and those who are doing How to Kill a Kit with Style this month also, and we will see you next Friday. Bye!